So, I am going to try something today because I was looking up tutorials and I don't know, have you guys ever gotten a new product or just had this idea in your head that obviously you weren't the only one who's ever thought of this, and you would expect there to be either one, two, a couple tutorials that you may come across or be able to find, and then you go to look and it's just the same old stuff that you always see, and literally there's no tutorial for what it is you're looking for. And it's really not, I wouldn't say not that hard, but in my opinion, something there should be a tutorial for. So that happens to me quite frequently. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's just because I have different ideas out there than and everybody's just following tutorials, or not sure. But when this happens and I come across, like I'm searching Pinterest, I'm searching YouTube, I need to go on Instagram more, but I've already looked at 3D sculpting gel on Instagram and YouTube. But literally, this, don't mind this here. So for now. Um, I'm looking basically for have do people make their 3D sculpting gels on a flat surface, plastic surface? That's kind of why I have this here, because if you haven't seen, this is the first of my two sheets. I have a second one up here. It's my DIY decal sheet, and last week I made this little mini snowman out of 3D sculpting gel, but I made it directly on this plastic container that my pigments come in, and it worked out perfectly. I mean, his head's a little bit cocked forward, but whatever. So it gave me the idea of thinking, like, wow, I have this sheet that's on this specific plastic. Is there a way, to mold and make a design, not necessarily using this, but any design at all, just on something plastic, flash cure it like I did with the snowman beforehand, whether it be flowers, any kind of design whatsoever. And then you don't even need to use it at that time. It could be just a charm, because once it's cured, you can paint it, and then, just make sure you use all your safety precautions with the gel and stuff like that. I did notice, like, my snowman, I just kind of left him as is. He's a little dirty looking, but basically I just made it on here because I am really bad with like measuring the amount that I need for the design. Let's say balls, for example. I'm really, really bad at, measuring or calculating the amount that I'm going to need. And here, so yeah, I figured, would it not be easier to just, if you could, do the design on something else first as such? So, like, I am gonna try this and see. I'm using my decal sheet just to, because it's my first time, well, other than like the snowman, but instead of using, like, I always have to keep saying balls, but I'm gonna use rolls, and then just kind of, this bottom one might be, but the decal sheet helps with giving me kind of an idea of the amount I'm going to need. So, like, that was just two rolls sideways, and then I'm gonna put that back. Like, don't mind my little crappy tools here, because I got these for free off Temu and I thought they were going to be bigger. And then would you not just be able to go in, sculpt it as per the design? Like, so if you had better sculpting brushes than me, but you know what I mean? Like, this is just probably a horrible, horrible example, but you know, you gotta try everything once, or couple times. I mean, there's a couple times I'm trying to think, I've done the snowman um off of the nail, but like to get the shape and everything, like I could not find, anything that wasn't one, a hibiscus flower, and two, they're all done on the nails itself. So like this is hard for me to see because I do have my phone in my face, but from what I can see, if you're patient enough and have the tools, why not do your decal technically, like your 3D sculpting decal? I don't know why I just took my right hand, I'm left-handed, and do it directly either on a plastic surface. And because I know it does come off, I was scared for a second that it wouldn't. It gave me a little bit of a hard time, but depending, like this, it's gonna come off for sure. This, it came off of. So like just play around with the shape, and when you're happy with it, flash cure it and pop it off, and then you basically have your charm. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. And if anybody wants to know anything about the decal sheet here that I have, just let me know in the comments. This isn't much of a tutorial, it's just more of kind of something I noticed. And hopefully I can help somebody else out. And yeah, just if you're struggling with 3D sculpting and you've got a big giant bottle like myself and rarely ever get to use it, and you don't want to do hibiscus flowers all the time, plus I really didn't, my few hibiscus flowers weren't very successful. Um, yeah, not only does this DIY decal sheet help enormously, but it y- actually it worked perfectly. I'm gonna just finish shaping this, flash cure it, paint it, and I'll come back and show you guys the outcome and see if it worked. If it didn't work, round two, trial two, whatever. But yeah, I'm all about the ones like if I can't find a tutorial for something I'm looking for, I'm gonna try it myself and make a tutorial as well, because if I'm looking for a tutorial and can't find it anywheres, I can't be the only one. I mean, not necessarily the decal sheet, but to make 3D charms not directly on the nails at the time for a sense of ease, like in the process. Yeah, this seems to be working out better and quicker than I thought. I thought this was going to be really long, but I'm going to flash cure this, make sure it is all aligned, flash cure this, and it looks like it worked. So yeah, I will post some pictures. I'm going to post this on my website blog as well, and short on my YouTube. And I'll post the outcome after. So make sure you check out my YouTube and everything to see the outcome of this finally cured and painted. And maybe I'll have some fun with making a whole bunch of other ones now that I know that this works.